Welcome to Living the Empowered Life channel. My name is Yvonne and this channel is all about bringing you content that's empowering, encouraging and inspiring. I also on this channel share book reviews of books that I found empowering or inspiring, sharing them with you in case you might want to check them out for yourself. Also, I do take you out and about with me when I go and do new and different things. So if this is the type of content that you're looking for, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you like this content. So in today's video, I want to encourage you, don't focus on your mountains. Now you may be wondering what I'm talking about. Well, in relation to mountains, I'm talking about those personal challenges, trials, issues, problems that when you look on them, you may think to yourself, wow, I will never overcome them. They seem too big. Or when you look on the situations or things that you are up against, you may feel like this is a hopeless situation. There has been many times in my life that I have come face to face with huge personal mountains. Going through different things like abuse in my childhood felt like a mountain that I could never overcome. And that mountain actually took me on a 25-year journey to be able to come out the other side. I've also recently in my business life had to face financial mountains. With the whole pandemic, it has been very, very difficult. I went through a period of feeling like my business was going to fold under. Even though there was new activity, like new contracts, it really did feel like my business would never survive this mountain being the pandemic. And at times I just felt like, giving up. But I'm here to tell the tale. I've come out the other side of facing different types of mountains. And I want to encourage you today not to focus on them, because it's when you focus on your mountains that the problems intensify, that it can feel like a really hopeless situation. And the reasons why as well you should not focus on your mountain are because it can overwhelm and consume you. When you are living in the problem, focusing on the problem, you will be consumed by the problem. And when you are so focused on it, it's very hard to see any solutions or a way out. It can be very hard to see that, one day you will get past that mountain. It can intensify things so much that it can make you feel depressed. Also, when you are living with it and you are immersed in that challenge or problem, that personal mountain, it can and will overwhelm and consume you if you stay stuck, if you stay in that spot of just focusing on it. Another reason why you shouldn't focus on your mountains is because it can leave you discouraged. When you are focusing on the problem all the time and consumed by it, how are you supposed to feel positive about it? How are you supposed to get any encouragement out of it? And it's very difficult when you're in that situation, because when discouragement sets in, I have found in my experience of focusing on my personal mountains, it can be a very hard and long road to get out of it. When discouragement sets in, that is where hopelessness sets in as well. Discouragement brings along with it lots of negative feelings, lots of negative thoughts about the situation or the challenge or trial. This is why it's important not to be overwhelmed and consumed by your mountain. Another reason that may not be obvious to some people why I say don't focus on your mountain is because it won't move it. Those personal challenges, trials, tests, problems are not going to be moved by you focusing on it all the time. I have found that in my own personal experience. I did nothing but worry when I was focusing on my mountains, and it was just a huge distraction, and it just left me feeling like, it is never going to get better. So in the Bible, in the book of Luke, chapter 18, verse 27, Jesus replied, "What is impossible for man is possible with God." And that is really how I started to move my personal mountains, by getting back focused on God. One of the things I realized over the course of 2020 is that as I started to look on all my personal mountains, worrying about my business, worrying about finances, all these different things, I took my eye off God. I took my eye off my prayer time. I became very distracted, very discouraged. But as soon as I started to focus back on God and talk to him about my challenges, talk to him about some of the issues and problems that I was having in different areas, I started to see a shift in those mountains, in those problems. So as I finish this video, I want to encourage you, don't focus on your mountains. I want to encourage you to focus on God. Talk to him, tell him your worries, tell him your issues, tell him your problems, the challenges, the trials that you're going through at the moment. Also, focus on the things that you can do now. Other things may feel like you can't do anything about them because they feel maybe a little hard or hopeless, but focus on the things that you can change now. Focus on the things that you can start to take steps in. Rather than focus on the mountains, focus on the things that you can actually have a hand in changing. Also, another thing that's going to help you not to focus on your mountain is to reflect on the times where you have overcome other mountains. Remember those times, those trials, those tests, those problems, whatever it is that at one time you thought, I'm never going to come out the other side of this. There is going to be no hope in this situation. And you are here today living to tell the tale. If you haven't already, write them down in a journal. Write down those times. Sit and reflect back on situations that once felt so impossible to pass. Use them now as encouragement to you to say to yourself, well, I didn't think I was going to overcome those mountains, those problems, those trials, but I did. And if I can overcome those, I'm definitely going to overcome the current mountains that I'm facing. So I hope that you have found this video helpful. Drop below in the comment section what things you're going to do to start to not focus on your mountains. I would love to hear from you, and if you would like to reach out to me, I will leave my email address for my company Yimi Empowerment in the description box below, because through my company as well, I'm an empowerment coach. I coach clients, helping them to deal with different challenges that they have in their life. Also as well, I will leave a link to my courage course, which is an actionable plan to help you to focus on your goals and dreams. So that is it for this video. Until the next one, take care.